Hello, the game has started. It's me to go fast. I don't think I have a bingo here. Through a D, I would have DWEEBs. I can sort the rack out by playing U. Seed is quite a good rack leave. I'm just pausing in case I have a bingo. I do have the DE beginning and ending. Now, this is for 18 points. What will score more is Weedy for 32, and I think that's worth doing. Weedy takes a T in front. I've drawn a T. This is looking pretty bingo-y. Is there a 7? Through an R, I would have register. I've got the IEST and EST ending. Through a T, I would have grisette. All of the bingos with these tiles will be very high probability. So I have redigest, digester, and eastridge through the D. I haven't as yet seen a 7. It's possible there isn't one. But it becomes quite critical, given that my opponent has blocked all of the floaters. So, is there a 7 with this rack? It'll be a pretty appalling miss. If there is, and I don't see it. I'm just looking at each letter as a starting letter. Gosh, I can't see it, but I think there is one here. And I sort of feel it's a word which is not the obvious one, but no obvious one has come to mind. Now, let me consider the 2-letter pairs. NE looks promising. Can't see anything. OE not so good. ED, well, that's in the middle of the word. So redigest, not a bingo. Do I have greediest though? Yes, I do. Fantastic. Always good to have a 9-letter word. And it may have gotten me out of jail if I've missed an easy 7. So greediest for 62. Quite a nice rack. There could be an 8-letter bingo here. I don't think there's a 7. I've got the man ending. But I've got scoring tiles in the H and the M, and both HM and HMM are good. And both of my high-scoring tiles can go in this gap between the E and OE, and also in front of the last E of greediest. Now, what about column 8 at the bottom, placing my H next to the S? What do I have there? Either my A or my O can go next to the T. I'd like to play off at least one of the M's. Well, that's been obstructed by my opponent, who scores 50 points. Bows takes nothing after it. My O can go after the G. I'm now considering the top of column 8. So I can play ammo, keeping HLN, not a great rack leave, but over 30 points. I could play HOM down here. Let me see what this scores. So that's 35 points, and it's a better rack leave. I'm keeping a vowel to go with LMN. And there is some synergy going on here, although there's some dyssynergy as well. Now, am I overlooking a better spot? What about this spot here between the E and O? I can't see anything great there. Anything I do is likely to provide floaters, so I think I'll go with this. Now, what about extending hom to Homer. And I could begin with an M. Yeah, it's got to be worth putting an A at the end of this, I think. 46 points. Well, having played off my vowel, I now have only one vowel, which was a risk, but I think the score justified it. I have a slight doubt about Homer. I think it's good, and I think it only takes an S. Again, I've got some good scoring tiles, the P, W, and M, so only having one vowel is bad in terms of bingos, but it means I should be able to play through this and score well, and all of my high-scoring tiles go in this gap. So I could play wept, and that's the sort of play I'm looking to make, one which plays off two of my three high-scoring tiles and scores well. Column 4 is pretty hot for playing parallel to Homer, so my M can go in front of oat, but I don't have an A, E, or U for going in front of mu, but that could be easily a 40 or 50 point play. But my opponent may play there even if he can't score that much, simply to stop me playing in that spot because it is so hot, which is fine because it leaves the spot above OE free for me. I can no longer play in column 8 because although my O goes after the G, I don't have a play which reaches down to there because I have no other vowels. Now I do have a no vowel play with this rack. Toop is good, TWP, which uses the same tiles as wept, but I can't see anywhere for that. Now I don't think oat takes a Y. Yes, it does. It's oaf, which doesn't take a Y, so oat does take a Y. So column 8 at the bottom is super hot, and any play there is likely to score over 50 points. Great. My opponent has blocked that spot for a very small score. Now, he's opened up row O for 4-letter plays which hook UR. So I could play Laup here for 44 points, and that's going to be more than wept. Wept was only 31. I am burning my vowel, but it's worth it because I'm getting enough points. Now, can I do even better than this? I don't think Maup is good. And W and P are the two I'd most like to play off of my high-scoring tiles. So I think this is the best I can do. And MNT is not a bad rack leave. Let's hope I can draw a couple of vowels. I don't, and I have the FV combination, which is one of the worst there is. However, this spot above OE remains available, so I could play ferment there. And wow, again, all of my high-scoring tiles go in that spot. However, that could well go now because Laup has fairly killed most of what's going on down here. I think Moo Moo is good, so I may be able to play in column 3 if my opponent takes the spot above OE. I think Fever might be my best play if that spot isn't taken. Now, what do I have ending with an M? Wow, nice bingo by my opponent, 74 points. He's taken out my Fever spot. He hasn't provided a new E or another E for Fever, so I'm going to have to play something else. The A is the obvious floater to play through, so I could play Varment, and I think I will since it's a double-double. And it splits up V and F by playing off the worst of the two, and 44 points is a good score. Great. Again, no bingo, but nice scoring tiles. So I've had scoring tiles on every single rack in this game, apart from the greediest one where I was able to bingo, so I've been quite fortunate in my pickups. I'm 60 points ahead, which will vanish if my opponent bingos. However, I should be able to score 40 or more with these tiles. Although I haven't found anywhere yet. So my Z can go above O. Do I have anything in column 2, placing a high scoring tile on this triple letter square? Can't see anything through an L. I would have Zoofoli, but the L of Decryals has been blocked. G's also available. Column 8's available. I don't yet have a Y for OT. There's still one Y to come. So do I have a 4-letter play ending with an O? Using, or ending with an I or a U. 29 for my opponent. Well, the OT spotter's gone. Nothing great has been provided. So I have a Zori, 45 points. It would be nice to play off 2 of my 3 high-scoring tiles. Do I have anything beginning with M? Can't see anything. Nothing goes in front of Umu. So Zori leaves a pretty dismal rack leave of F, K, U. Ah, well, I have a better play, I think. I have Kufi. 40 points is slightly fewer points, but ORZ is much better than the rack leave I've just mentioned. It's actually a pretty nice rack leave. So I think I will go with this. Well, 3-0 is normally pretty bad, but with the Z, the badness is softened somewhat because of plays like Zoo and Ooze. Just looking in row H to see if I've got anything through the M. Can't see anything. I've got a 60 or 70 point lead, which is fairly vulnerable because the board's wide open. There are a lot of bingo lanes and there's still a blank to come. So my lead is deceptively comfortable. It can vanish in a twinkling. However, I'm in a position to keep going right now with the scoring since I've got the Z. So again, I'm looking for at least 40 points with this. And I've just spotted I can play gross down here. Only 12 points for my opponent. That's good. And he's killed some bingo lanes. So I've got gross for 50. Rack leave's horrendous, but 50 points is a lot. Now, have I overlooked a better score and rack leave combination? Let me put this back. I've got 12 minutes left. So I know I've got gross for 50. The M lane has been blocked by the V. Derv only takes an S after it. Just looking for any places for my Z. So row N, O something Z. That's not going to stretch to the double word square. No, I don't see anything. And if I have a play in row B, I don't think it's going to score enough to be better than this. So I'm going with gross. Gross does take an E, but Derv blocked that. Well, my vowel situation has got worse, but it's not a particularly improbable pickup when you keep 3 vowels. To pick 4 tiles and have 3 of them as vowels must happen quite a lot. Opponent changes, fantastic. So I've got a 100-point lead. I've got a scoring tile in the B, so I can probably play through this. I've got bow on my rack. What else do I have? And I'm looking at the scoring tiles on the board. I can't see anything down from the V. My E can go in between R and Z. So I could play Lear. 22 points. It's not good though, keeping OOUA. Can I do better? The bingo lanes have diminished quite a lot. The best ones were through decrials and they've all gone. So what's better than Lear? I don't want to open up column 15 for a 9 timer. I've got nothing beginning with the V. What about a play which begins next to the M? So I've got Ureo, and this has some merit. The rack leaf has no duplicates and it retains a scoring tile, so I'll be able to keep scoring. 14 points is not good, but it's a case of score and rack leaf, so although Lear scored more, the rack leaf was atrocious. This rack leaf is okay. Let me look at the remaining vowels. 15 out of 33, so a fairly balanced bag. So I could draw 3 vowels, but I've got the B, so I should be able to keep scoring, and I'd like to do that. My opponent's just changed. I'm 100 points ahead, and I really want to keep scoring so that I can win even if my opponent bingos. However, is there something better than Ureo? Can I, for example, use my B for score? What about a play parallel to Kufi, benefiting from the K and the F? Let me put this back. I've got 9 minutes. So I do have EAU on my rack and AUE. And I may be able to reach the R of decrials. But I'd like to do something about OOU. So I can't see anything there. What other spots haven't I considered? I'm going with Ureo. Nothing is looking promising. Well, I draw 1 consonant, so the rack isn't as bad as it could have been. Just looking at the floating consonants on the board, I don't think I have a bingo here. Although I suspect there probably are some 5 vowel 8s with these vowels. Wow, 89 points for my opponent. Pretty impressive. He's only 37 points behind now, and there's still a blank and the Q to come, but no U's. So, what can I do? How can I score with my B? So what I could do is play Abo down here. It scores 18 points, which is pretty good. It kills bingo lanes, which is fairly important. Since with the blank still out there, my opponent could bingo, and I'm taking out three floaters with this one play. And really just the S of Cantiles. And possibly using the blank as an S after Derv. And the rack leave's good, and the rack leave goes well with the S. 18 points. I could also play Ober in the same spot. I don't think there's much difference there. It would be nice to play off 1 more vowel, but I can't see a way of doing that. I'm going with this. Great. I draw the blank, and the main benefit of having the blank is that my opponent doesn't have it. My lead of 60 points now looks like a good one, although my opponent scores well with the Q. I'm 16 points ahead and I'm on turn. Now, one bingo lane I hadn't considered, column 1 ending in L. Slightly obscured by my microphone. That's no excuse really. I know what the board looks like. Now, I have Alien E on my rack. Does that play anywhere? It does not. So do I have a bingo beginning with the S of Cantiles or Cantellis? Don't think so. 10 tiles left. And for the first time, I don't have any scoring tiles, and I've only got a 16-point lead. I'm looking to play off 2 E's. I can do that here for 15. I can also do it in row I for 11. Looking at the remaining vowels, there's a lot of I's out there. And 7 vowels altogether out of 17, so slightly more consonant-heavy bag. Another I would dramatically diminish the bingo prospects of this rack. But I'm not relying on a bingo, and this rack leave is pretty robust. However, 6 minutes left. Is there a way of playing, for example, EI? Because all the E's have gone. EE only scored 15. So does EI play anywhere? Well, I can play Aya, but that's only for 4 points. I'm just wondering about playing more tiles off. And I'm also considering opening a new bingo lane. But I think I will go with this because of the closeness of my opponent. Only 16 points, so score is important, and I can't see a way of scoring more than about 15. Now, what about a play down from the V? I could play Vini. 22 points. Remaining tiles pretty bingo-y. Well, I don't think Vini's good because I wanted to get rid of the I. And I can't see a 5-letter play beginning with the V, which burns the I. I'm going back to my original plan. E for 15. Well, I do draw that second I. However, I have 2 bingo lanes to consider, beginning with S, ending with L. Can't see anything. Let me run through the alphabet and see if anything comes to mind. Oh, well, ibogaine through an O. I'm keeping both the S and the L in mind. 4 minutes on my clock, 12 on my opponent's. Okay, I no longer need to consider the L, it's just the S. There are 4 tiles left. 4 minutes on my clock. And I could have an ing ending word here. Not seen anything yet. 3 minutes on my clock. Only 11 points in front now. 4 tiles in the bag. It's sagenite, not saginite. Okay, so I can't see anything. So, how about playing off an I somewhere? And I want to keep hold of my E. There's still an F and a J out there. My opponent could score 30 points. I could be in trouble. I could be in trouble here. because my luck's run out in terms of scoring tiles. And I could play off just one eye and pick up another eye, which would be dismal. How about playing AI? And what this does is I'm taking out a J spot, albeit for only 19 points. It scores 10 points and this rack lever is fairly balanced. And I'm playing quickly because I'm short on time. Okay, I do draw another eye. Not surprising though, the bag is swamped with them. Ibogaine through a B. Again, only the S as a floater. I've got a 21-point lead. There's still the Derv spot. Only 15 for my opponent. That's good. Where's he played? Down through the R. No tiles left. He's got Jilt in. So I need to go out in 2, but I've only got 2 minutes. I haven't really got time to run through the alphabet, or do I? Let's go for it. With a C. Not seen anything yet. Still nothing. Signor. Thank you. Let's get this down. Great, that was worth doing. Signor for 80 points. So many spellings of this word. I think this one is good. Yep, it is. Fantastic. So the final score, 364 for my opponent, 481 for me, a winning margin of 117, so a massive, massive win. Let's see what I missed. It was me to go first. Weedy looks best. Opponent plays Canoe. I saw Greediest, there was nothing else. Opponent plays Bows, or Bow, whatever. A Mohel, F4. Oh, beginning above AW, very nice. What did I do? And, K5, also playable. Wow, parallel to Butte, that would have been nice, didn't see that. I played Homer in that spot for 46. Yeah, well, it's in the conversation. Now, opponent, does he miss a bingo here? He doesn't. He has the blank. He plays UR. I have Laup for 44. Opponent's rack. He gets the only bingo, so a good spot by him. And I have Varmint for 44 as a double-double. And I'm about 60 points ahead at this stage. Opponent plays Spod. And Zori, I thought about that and then went with Kufi for 6 fewer points, but I think ORZ is more than 6 points better than FUK. Opponent's rack, he plays Derv. And this is partly why the previous rack leave was better than FUK. I'm able to score 50 points with the Z. Opponent changes. What did he change? Okay, so this was his rack when he changed, fair enough. Well, no, not fair enough. He's got the Q, and there is an available U. So I think a play of Quest probably better than changing. Anyway, it might not have been a huge error. My rack, Borax. Oh wow, didn't see that. Horrendous rack leave. What did I do? I think I played Abo. Nope, I played Ureo for 14. Well, 14 looks a lot less than 41, but this rack leave is truly horrendous. Even with the best pickup in the world, I'm going to be struggling. Whereas after Ureo, a good pickup could leave me in good shape. This would probably need simulation to identify how suboptimal Ureo is, if any, if at all, rather. Opponent's rack, he spots his bingo, Canteels, which is very good. My rack, Borax still available. Well, that now does look like a very good play, and I play Abo for 18. I think Borax would have been a lot better. Opponent plays Key, and now I'm only 16 points ahead. I've got the blank, but I've got a problematic rack. No scoring tiles, and very unbalanced in that I've got too many vowels. So I play EE. and I'm mindful of the number of eyes in the bag, but not mindful enough to actually play an eye. And that's because I couldn't see a good spot. And look at the rack leaves here. The only one which burns the eye is eye 1. Well, that's not a good move, opening up column 1. So double E doesn't look that bad. Opponent's rack, he's got a ton of T's. I didn't realise there was that possibility. He plays that. I don't have a bingo. And this is where I play AI, I think. Or do I? Let's see. Yes, I do. So I'm short on time. I've got 4 minutes left. And I think I burnt up a minute or so just looking for a bingo here, beginning with the S. So AI at J2 I didn't do. What I did was AI at somewhere else for 10 points. So I missed 3 points there. That's nothing. Opponent plays Fern. And then this is it. I'm only 6 points ahead. I can see what my opponent's got. And although I do bingo at this point, I think the game is won because I'm 6 points ahead and I get to go twice. My opponent gets to go once and there are no massive J spots. So the game is won. However, it is still nice to go out with a bingo, and Signor was the only one. So a pretty exciting end to the game and a good win. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.